So the first step is to state A, B, and C. The general form for a parabola is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That's the general form. So the number in front of the x squared is the a. There's like a little invisible 1 there. The number in front of the x is the b. The last number is the c. Step 2 is to find the turning point. You need this formula. Negative b over 2a. And you have to memorize it. I'm going to box it in because it's pretty important and start. Negative b, you got to look back up into step 1. If b is 6, then negative b is negative 6. 2 times a. A is 1. So I have negative 6 over 2, which is negative 3. And I'm going to finish finding my turning point within step 3. Create a chart. You want to make a pretty decent sized chart. Might want to use a ruler or a straight edge. So I'm going to make this be my x. All the way over here, I'm going to make this be my y. And I put my original equation in the middle. X squared plus 6x plus 8. Okay, we need 7 sections. The chart is necessary to keep yourself organized as well as have all the necessary information. The turning point, what you got up here, this negative 3, has to go in the middle here. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be plugging in all in the original equation a negative 3 in all the x spots. And negative 3 times negative 3, you can do some of this in the calculator. I wouldn't suggest putting the whole thing in the calculator unless you put parentheses around each part, because it will spit out negative 9 instead of positive 9. But we know a negative times a negative is a positive. 6 and negative 3, negative 18 plus 8. 9, take away 18. You don't necessarily have to show all this working here, but you should show something. Negative 9 plus 8, I'm getting negative 1 is what it equals. So basically, this is my turning point. Negative 3, negative 1 on the graph. You might want to start graphing. You need to go 3 points above negative 3. 3 points below negative 3. And 0, if we start with 0. 0 squared plus 6 times 0 plus 8. 0 plus 0 plus 8, so this is 8. If you do this perfectly, your first answer and your last answer should match. Negative 6 squared plus 6 times negative 6. 36. Take away 36. Leaves me with nothing. Plus 8 is 8. So what you should notice, it's kind of like the rainbow effect. When I get -1, the answer for that one, it should match up with -5. -1 squared plus 6 times -1 plus 8. -1 times -1 is +1. Minus 6 plus 8. -5 plus 8 is 3. This one should end up being 3. The last two should end up matching up. So surrounding the turning point should all match up. Minus 12 is 0. So all these equal points. We want to plot 0, 8. 6, 7, 8. -1, 3. -2, 0. -3, -1 is already the turning point. -4, 0. -5, 3. And -6, 8. And there's some reasons why I'm recording this, is because I want to make sure I say it in every class. When you connect this, don't use a ruler. It should be a curved line. Arrowhead on the top because it's going up. It shouldn't be very sharp looking. It should be like a curve. We still have to label it just like we would label a line. Because the goal of this is not just to graph a parabola. That's not part of this curriculum. It's to see where a parabola crosses with something. So I have a little bonus down here at the end. But first I want to finish my parabola. There's a few things that I want to make sure we label. There's an axis of symmetry that cuts this in 2 equal parts. I'm going to just put it lightly as a dotted line. I'm hoping this is going to show up. It goes right through the turning point. It's called a line of symmetry or an axis of symmetry. And the equation of it is actually right where you find the turning point. It cuts through x at -3. That's actually the equation of that. And it should be right here when you did the turning point. You have the stars over here. X in the beginning equals -3. That will always be the case. The turning point will match up with the axis of symmetry. So let's go one step further for those of you who are moving on, and let's see where this intersects with this line. Y equals -x plus 4, or positive 1x plus 4. So you got to start at 4 on the y always. Up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Again, use the whole graph. And the goal is to tell where they cross. Line looks beautiful, then we put the equation on the line. And our solution. Hopefully you're noticing it's not just one point. There are actually 2 points here. One of them is at -1, 3. And the other one is at 4, 0.